Oh, it's showtime. Back from a long intermission here. I don't think anyone's watching. Anyone's paying attention. It doesn't matter. It's all right. I'm reviving my channel. 3 weeks. It might as well been code blue. Jesus. Second time. So essentially, I had vacation, pre-vacation stuff going on, and then let's see, mid October there. What was it? 13th through the 20th, 21st. I was on vacation, and there was a major mishap on my part. I misplaced my passport. I was dead certain it was in a certain spot, and it wasn't. Flipped the whole fucking room upside down. Which led to numerous other discoveries, horrifying and also just like, yeah, that's the way that thing was this whole time. And after all that, still no passport. Turns out it was in like a book bag that I never really use, back pocket, and uh, I thought I had put it in a drawer. I was like, I better put it somewhere I know where it's at, because I don't want to run into this issue that I just ran into where I'm searching for it. I have no idea where it's at, and I just figured somewhere random, just throw it somewhere in a pile. It gets buried or lost, and you have to think a passport's kind of like a checkbook, a little bit shorter. And I was using my girlfriend's old passport like as an example. I'm like, there's no way I couldn't have like just not turned this thing over, flipping everything over in the room. And like I said, turned out it's in this book bag. I show up a day late. I had to pay extra for airfare to get there, but I arrive in Cancun. Cancun, according to the tourism people there, is the nest of serpents, and it's a glamorous vacation spot, but surrounded by a lot of nothing. And we went to, let's see, I'm trying to think of like our itinerary. We're at a resort, very nice resort, Riu Palace del Americas, something like that. All adult only. Drinks in the room, or I mean, it's really harsh liquor. They had vodka, gin, and tonic, or gin. Sorry, vodka, gin. Was it Cuervo tequila? What was the other thing they had? They're all really harsh, man. They really like you knew you're drinking alcohol when you drink that stuff. You could not down it, and they were counting on that. I killed the vodka bottle that we had. I killed part of the tequila bottle we had in our room, but that was set up a day or two after I even got there. I arrived one day late, and they had these bottles that were lined up, and they didn't tell you how to use it. It looked like you were gonna spin it, and I broke the one set of stuff in the other person's room, and then they gave us our own bottles, just like open and use at our own leisure in my room. And so yeah, it was an adult only resort. And the telling thing was kind of like, for me, the COVID situation. So there's a rule across the board: traveling, staying in the hotel. If you had food or drink, mask optional with the food and drink in your hand. And I even thought about gaming the system. Oh, El Gargoyle's here, throwing down the old eggplant. Got you, buddy. But yeah, at Cancun, in the airports, if you had food or drink in hand, like, mask could be down, no big deal. Even if you're kind of like in between, they said put up as soon as possible. I never really saw anybody enforcing this hardcore. It was kind of mainly at like entry point, exit point. So in the hotel, in the lobby, they had like the geese police version of this. Like they literally had like a sign. Did I meet Shay at an adult only resort? No. That would have been interesting. That would have been dramatic. Past any drama we already saw there. But yeah, it was kind of like alcohol all around, and pretty much when you're outside, mask optional. If you're at like a food service, if you're walking around, mask on, and pretty much every entrance exit, they had somebody there to like give you a disinfectant shot in your hand. At the resort we were at, they take your temperature when you went to the food lines, and it was on your arm, which I thought was a little weird. Like, okay, not your like forehead like most other places do. And there was like a mat, like one of these plastic mats to wipe your feet on, and it had the I guess a layer of disinfectant on that for your shoes. Um, Me and Shay made a cute couple. I'm not so sure. I think from outsider point of view, that may have happened to Okorko. I don't think she wants anything else to do with me. I don't know. Um, Infamous dream from long ago. Uh, so yeah, I was in Cancun at this resort. I went to Chichen Itza. That's a Mayan pyramid complex thing. That the one of the wonders of the world. Um, you can't do anything with it. You just kind of look at it, and it was kind of a rushed experience. It was most of the time on a bus, and then like 3 hours there. A couple other things that they wanted to shift us around to, like get money out of us, essentially. Like you spend all this time on the bus, and there's only so many things you see. They want to shake you down to get your money at their spots, and they had their own guided tours and everything. It was kind of funny. I mean, I guess not really. I thought it would be more Americanized. There wasn't really a whole lot of English support there, to be honest. I was with a group of like 4 or 5 pretty English was their second language, Spanish speaking people. So I kind of let them do the heavy lifting. Rather than have a 10-minute conversation with me in broken English, they just take it over, do their Spanish, get the job done, and they just give me the pertinent bits of that conversation. And I'm just coasting along, just hand me a drink and I'll be fine. And the sun, whew, Jesus Christ, the sun was intense. I made a point of like throwing on like hardcore, like 50 SPF or harder sunscreen, middle of the day, like every hour, throwing this shit on, and the sun still scorched me, man. After like day 2, I had to tap out, and that's even like sticking to the shade when I could. I have pale boy ways, man, but there's not like a whole lot of coverage there. You have your buildings. They do give you umbrellas at the resort, but beyond that, it's kind of like you make what you can with what you got. And the sun shifts around, and it's like every bit counts. So I didn't get too badly burned as some people did. Some people just like threw caution to the wind. Not me. I knew better. And overall, I had a good time. Got really, really drunk. There was even to the point, first time in my life, I got to the point of like I couldn't stand up and walk drunk, stumbling around drunk on the beach, and it was kind of like trying to put my shoes on. They like you felt like 5 or 6 times. It was, I think, David Hasselhoff burger eating level drunk, not a good kind of drunk. And that was the first day I showed up there. I just figured, we're diving in, we're cannonballing it. We're not walking in the shallow end of this pool. We're just cannonballing into this, and the drinks, I feel like they were watered down, compared to the in-room drinks and what they would serve you drinks. I feel like they were watered down, but man, they caught up to me. And after I got my sandals on and was walking, I did all right. I made it up to my room all right, but I've never fallen down so much in my life. And luckily, I didn't have the shame in that moment. And hey, I'm not languishing on my own anymore. I got my man, Fresher Luke here.
Hey,
What's
my
up?
man.
How's
Welcome
it going?
back.
Thank you. How you
Skull
doing?
Brothers to the end.
Yeah, it's the appropriate time of year too.
It is spooky time, right?
I guess so. It's supposed to be.
Where's the rest of the crew? Where is J Dollar?
Ink is working. J Dollar sent me a fire thing response, so I guess he might show up. But last time
Mm.
I did it, he said his girl, his lady, works late, I guess, on some days. So
Oh,
yeah, he has
because
certain responsibilities. Yeah.
because I gotta say, I just came back from the chiropractor, and he said, you need to take it easy because you're carrying the show on your back, my man.
Is that what he said?
That's what he said, and I said, look, I
The
feel
weight
bad
of
for
my
Lucius.
show,
He's there on his own, and he's the only skull guy there, and
my sorry show is what's dragging you down.
no, I said I felt sorry for my guy because of his show.
Ah,
He's got to do a show on his own, so I got to be there to help him. And the chiropractor was like, okay, but just
take it easy.
take it easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how was vacation? Were you telling us about vacation?
So I was going over it. Like I had the snafu of like losing my passport, finding my passport,
Yes.
and then paying for airfare extra to me. So this was like a travel agent kind of book thing that was discount deal for the whole thing, and I think I put in like for 6 of us, we put in like 1,600 each or something.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's almost the same price as a trip to Australia from LA.
Well, this is the trip, the resort,
Okay.
like and like also like travel from the airport to the resort, like kind of everything's taken care of for you, like in a way. Like you're getting the premium package, one of the better rooms also in the place, and it was like 1,600 per person, and we were looking at taking this in like 2020,
Yes.
like spring, winter time or something like that. I think June was what we're June 2020. COVID went down and shit just went to hell. And we couldn't get money back, but we get credit. Just move that to whatever date you want. Well, that was all like left up in the air. We finally decided on, or enough of the group decided on. I kind of stayed out of any decision making.
Yeah.
Mid-October, and I would have sworn up and down my passport was over here in this drawer the whole time. And then come day of, we're packing, it's not there. Flip the place upside down, can't find it. Turns out it's in like a book bag that I used for the last trip we needed it for, and I just left it in like the back pocket of it. Didn't know it, and it was just like kind of like scooched away. And find it the next day, missed the flight that was in the thing.
Oh shit.
That comes out to bite me in the ass again when we come back, because this was like a basic economy of I think it was United, I think it was United. And essentially, if you don't make your first flight on a round trip, your return flight's automatically canceled too.
Oh.
So what you have to do is you have to cancel your first flight. If you're not going to show up, they'll keep that second flight for you, but you have to let them know before the flight takes off. And I told my group, like, make sure I got that flight back, double check with it. And they just assumed, I think, and I would have assumed too,
but we all know when you assume, you make an ass out
yes,
of you and me.
Yeah. So I got tagged on the flight there and flight back, like, and it wasn't horrible, but I was like another like 500, 600 deep
dollar
just
dues.
the flights. Yeah. On top of like getting there and just finding out like Cancun, Mexico, maybe in general, is just like I don't know if you've been to Disney World, Disneyland.
A long time ago, I guess, back when it was good.
Okay. Were you a kid or were you like?
I think I was a kid.
Adult?
No, I was a kid. Yeah.
Like as a kid, I didn't notice this, but as like an adult going back, I was like, Jesus Christ, this is just like one big fucking long store. Like it's like you have your rides and the rest is just a store.
Yeah, if you've ever been to Las Vegas, it's the resorts there are exactly the fucking same. It's just a giant mall that you sleep in.
Dude, that's what Mexico was. And like it was like everything we did, even when it was like, if you want to do that's like $60, right? It's $60 to do it. And then you find out, oh well, the government has this like you're taking a thing out onto the water fee and that's going to be another $10.
It's bullshit.
And you don't find out about it until like you've already put your $60 in, paid for the thing. They're like, yeah, it's going to be another $10 fee. They didn't get you for that. Yeah, you have to pay that up.
It's bullshit.
And
it's all bullshit, dude.
At the same time, there's like this thing where they're like cutting down on money laundering, so they say, and so like you can't just convert. I can't just give $20 to the hotel and have them give me the correct amount of pesos back. Now, there's a number of other places I could have done that at, but I couldn't do it right at my hotel.
Well,
and
that's why you're supposed to do it before you head on the plane.
Right. Well, yeah, I was in panic mode. Sure. They do have an ATM there, except everything's marked like the dollar sign is the same for pesos as it is for US dollars. So I'm taking money out of the ATM, but I'm taking out 100 pesos. I meant $100. And then I have to do it again. I have to pay their stupid VAT tax withdrawal fee like Jesus. Twice. And I'm just like, fuck this. Like, I'm getting like boiled, like hot at like on top of like finding out every time we do something, there's an extra fee. And when they're like, oh yeah, that's 40 pesos. So $1 is 20 pesos essentially right now. Like the exchange rate, right? So it should be just $2. But then they'll be like, yeah, that's $3 American. You're like, you motherfucker. You just told me 40 pesos. And it's not like you're jipping them. Like it's completely on par. Yeah. It should just be $2, but they'll be like,
no, it's their revenge against your American imperialism.
Right, and there's all this hidden ways. Like we went on it was this bus tour thing where we went to Chichen Itza, which is the Mayan pyramids thing. Oh, yeah. And on the bus tour, like we end up at this place. They have a buffet. The food is free, but the drinks are charged for. But we paid for a package where the drinks were provided.
You had to pay extra to get a drink, though. Still,
yes. Well, that would have been like as a general thing. Right?
I already know how this story is going already. It's easy to tell now.
Well, with our package, it would have been the first drink is free at this buffet, and every drink after that you have to pay for. But if you didn't pay for that, your drinks you have to pay for. And there's a number of reviews. Like I looked it up after the fact.
Oh, good.
And there's a number of reviews that are like, yeah, we just showed up, we ordered drinks, and then. You know, we figured this is all paid for in the thing. They come to our table with a bill, and we're like, what the hell is this? And so they're having to pay for it. And it's like in the middle of the buffet, they had these dancers, and they put bottles on the head. They did a nice little Mexican dance or whatever.
Were they
and they
naked?
want tips. No, they weren't naked.
Damn it.
No, well, I mean, that would have been tip worthy, but
they wanted, I mean, like if they were naked, I would be like, yeah, sure, here's $1 bill.
They wanted tips. Then they had dudes like dressed up in like Mayan feather serpent dude costume or whatever. Like on the way out, take your pictures with us at the same place they're selling tequila. At the same place, like a guy bombards you from the side who got your name earlier, and he has these like cheap little postcards like with your names kind of marked on it, but enough where he could paint over it and put somebody else's name.
Yeah.
And he's charging $6 a pop. And you're kind of like, yeah, this isn't really that personalized. You know, thanks, but no thanks. And you're just like money at the like, can we take your money? Can we take your money? Can you take like after another?
Sure.
And I'm just like,
it's like homeless people asking for change.
Right. You, at a certain point, you're just like, I'm done with this, you know. And like, we're not even halfway through the day, like in terms of what's going on. And it's kind of felt like that day after day. If it had been up to me, I would have stayed at the resort drinking and, you know,
getting a massage.
Yeah, whatever. You know,
that was probably the best way to do it. But it sounds like you had a wonderful time that was totally stress-free.
You know, it all in all, it really wasn't that bad. Other than my
what did I sound too sarcastic?
Well, I mean, my getting there and getting back, you know, because there's a whole getting back. There's a whole COVID thing, and you know, I got swabbed through the nose.
So you didn't.
As did everybody else.
Did you end up having to get jabbed at some point?
No, you don't need the vaccine. You just need regardless of whether you're vaccinated or not, you need a negative COVID test.
So
I have no idea.
They swabbed your anus?
No. I mean, didn't go that far. But if that's what it took to get back, I was I was willing to do it.
Jesus.
No, they went through the nose. It was the first time I ever had that test done.
Oh, were they like tickled the
Not that
brain, or
bad.
was it just in the nostril?
It was just a nostril. Like it
Oh,
was
all right.
it was deep in there, man. Like but it wasn't bad. Like it wasn't painful. Wasn't anything bad.
Okay.
But I don't know. Like there's a part of me that wonders how legit all that, dude. For the amount of exposure we had, like I was going on before you got on here about like the whole fact, like pretty much if you're in public, walking down the street, you go into the beach, you're on the beach, you're at the pool, whatever, no mask needed. If you're in like a food serving area, any entry exit point, you kind of they want a mask on, but even then, it's only if they're looking, kind of thing. Like it doesn't really matter. And
Because
again,
if
if
they're
you have
not looking, then that's when the virus will sneak up
well,
and get you.
or if you had a drink in your hand. So like
Yes.
in the lobby area of our hotel, you have to have a mask on. Like that, they're adamant about that. But you have a drink in your hand, you're drinking from a drink.
No
It's an
mask.
exception. Like it's just kind of
Yeah.
like, well,
Oh, you're
what the
paying
fuck?
money. Oh,
Yeah,
don't worry about it.
exactly,
Don't worry about
exactly.
it.
And there's a part of me that wondered about like the whole test system. Where there's a part of you that thinks like, okay, there's maybe if they're duplicitous, maybe they would give you negative to keep you there and drag more money out of you, or they get fresh person in that's going to spend a lot of money, or like I kind of wondered
Or
about
would they get a fresher person in?
fresher. Yeah,
That's
exactly.
the real question.
So yeah, all in all, a great time. But I'm not built, dude. I was just talking about how fucking harsh that sun is, man. It was brutal. Like even
Did it bleach your skeleton face?
it burnt, dude. I have two color settings. I have white and red. I turned red after like the second day.
That's interesting because my color palette right now is white and red.
Yeah, that's me. That's my color choices.
Okay.
And
sounds perfect. Sounds like my kind of place.
I was getting burnt on day 2, and that's even like making sure I was breaking out from the amount of like fucking sunblock I was putting on and shit. Like my skin pores are getting clogged. Yeah, like every hour, 2 hours, I was putting on new sunblock. I was staying in the shade as much as I could. I'm a pale guy.
You still
got burnt.
Got you. It still got you. You still got bathed in ultraviolet rays and
and according to the tour guide, it was like autumn there. Like I didn't know how it was supposed to be, but he said it was, dude. It was part of the whole thing. When we were going to Chichen Itza, like they're like, yeah, you'll need insect repellent. The insects are off the chain. Like you're going through jungle, dude. It was not even 30 yards of like forest, I would say, not jungle. And like I don't remember a bug showing up, but we bought insect repellent on the bus ride because none of us had it. So we're like, well, I don't want to get fucking eaten alive by bugs. Like I don't know. Like it could be like, Florida is like riddled with like mosquitoes and everything else. Like I don't need bug bites. I'm already partially sunburned. I don't need bug bites. And then we find out like, oh, it's really nothing. And like it's just a way for them to like scare you into buying their like bug repellent on the bus right there.
It's probably just like detergent or some shit.
Well, I'm sure it was legitimate, but their brand, like they watered it down or something. There's like, I mean, it was like a small cologne bottle kind of esque thing of it for like $5.
You ever heard of Stingos?
Stingos? No.
So Stingos is this great product that I would use a lot when I was younger, living back in Australia, because the area I grew up in was very tropical, and it's this little spray-on thing where if you get stung by a mosquito, you spray it on, and the itchiness and the sting just kind of like goes away because it like does something to it or something.
So it's an antihistamine kind of thing.
I don't even know if it's that, but it's like
hardcore drugs.
No, it's not. It's just something you buy at the pharmacy, and if you get stung, you just spray it on the sting site, and you're all good to go.
Dude, they used to sell like heroin off the shelf, like back in the day. Like you could buy that and coke. Like the amount of shit you get back in the day because there's no regulation. Right, it's crazy.
This is Australia we're talking about.
The land it was Stingos, but you're talking about back in the day. There was a point where
I'm not that old, Lucius. Jesus fuck.
There's Quaaludes and
Yes, I'm not that
Yeah.
old, dude. Come on.
Okay.
Fuck.
I'm
So
not
anyway,
trying to
hey,
throw you under that
you.
bus.
No, I know it's fine. But you sent me a message saying, by the way, would you share the work in progress trailer ever? What was
Oh,
that all about?
if you're willing to for your Forsaken Gods too. That's a potential maybe. Like
Well,
there's somebody I invited who may or may not show up.
oh, are you talking
Yeah.
about a certain red masked individual
Maybe,
who has a
maybe.
drinking problem?
Yes, maybe.
Is he coming tonight or maybe not?
He said he's out. He might show up.
Okay.
So I was leaving it as like a possible like, hey, check this out. And then like
Sure.
like I said, I
We
think
should
your
be doing
trailer's bomb.
pre-jack shows, my man.
We should. Well, that was Jay Money's thing, and he's only done the one. So
Yeah,
I
well,
don't know.
I think we gotta pick up that mantle and
All right.
do a
All right.
pre-jack show. Lucius and Fresher, like doing a pre-jack show,
yeah.
talking all pre-jack.
That's
jacking off to pre-jack.
Prejaculate.
Prejaculate. Yeah, we could call that the prejaculate show.
Yeah.
That would work. The pre-jack late show.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've been one of the other things I've been. Did you ever watch The Sopranos? HBO?
Nah, fuck that shit.
Well, I from Ethan's talking about it, Cecil's talking about it, I was like, I'll give it a shot. So I like at airports and stuff, and before the thing started, I was just binging it. So I got into like season 4 by like the end of it. And it got to a point where it's kind of depressing for like maybe it wasn't meant to be binged because this is like
apparently
2000s.
It's been getting popular again, I guess, because people have been locked in. They've been watching it.
They did a new series for it or a new movie on HBO.
like a prequel or something.
Yeah. Saints of Newark.
Well, what's the name of the main character again? What's his name?
Tony Soprano.
Yeah, so apparently Tony's like gay and he's like having an affair with like a black dude.
Well, I don't know. That sounds hard to believe given like the state of the show I'm watching.
In fact, I've got like a leak of the script here right now if you want me to read it.
Okay, go for it.
So the scene starts where is it? So exterior day, Brooklyn basketball park. A young Tony Soprano is hanging out at a basketball park watching a young black dude play basketball seductively. He gets up and walks over to the black man and he speaks. Hey, what you doing? The black man replies, not much. What are you doing? And that's all I got so far.
That's your leak script.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was a limited leak. And in no way was I making it up as I was going along. And just
I hope
gave
not,
up
because that was really
because I couldn't think of a punchline or anything. It's nothing like that.
Okay. Yeah.
So
we have El Gorgo.
There's a woman who has sex with. Oh, all right. So Tony Soprano is actually trans.
Oh shit! The plot thickens.
But El Gargoyle, just so you know, El Gargoyle, just a little update. So El Gargoyle is one of my biggest supporters. He bought 4 copies of Forsaken Gods.
Damn.
Yeah, that was amazing. But apparently, because one of the ones that he bought was a piece of original art. For some reason, that one didn't get to him. So I've drawn him up a new piece of original art, and I sent it off to my fulfiller, 3D Zach. And I think it should be getting to Zach right now, and I think he's packaging it right now. I got to double check, but it should be getting to you, El Gargoyle. So it's I look after the people who support me, and he's been one of my biggest supporters.
Did you just take like a fresh copy of Forsaken Gods and rub your balls on it and just?
Well, I mean, if anyone is going to do that, it's Zach because he's got all the copies.
Oh, okay. There you go.
I'm hands off with that because I don't want to be tempted to actually do that. So.
Okay, you don't want to be tempted. That's good. That's good. You saw that darkness inside of you, and you said, "No, I mean, keep it away from me."
Since going off the the alcohol and the drugs, I've had time to look inside myself and realize that there are two wolves that fight inside me. One wolf represents goodness, one wolf represents darkness, and I make sure
Yeah.
I don't feed the wrong wolf, if you get what I mean. So.
I get what you mean.
And he's apologizing. You have to apologize, Ogaga. What are you talking about? I'm sorry that it didn't get to you, dude.
Yeah, he should be apologizing and giving money back to you.
Wait, what?
Or I mean, maybe no, you no money exchanged
No
back.
money.
You didn't get your original art.
I hope he get. Let me know if you get it, Ogaga. I'm gonna double
Look
check
him up with
Zach.
something from Forsaken Gods too. You know,
Maybe
put him on
I
that.
think
early
there's
wait
something.
list, you know?
I think there's something because obviously there's like problems with the. We've got like a delivery system crunch right now, and I think maybe it had something to do with that, perhaps. Because there's also workers who are quitting in the post office because of the mandates and stuff like that.
There's any reason for something to go like it could have been everything's normal and it got fucked up. You know?
Well, the other three packages got to him fine. It's just this one didn't get to him for some reason.
What? 3 out of 4 ain't bad.
I know, but it's so weird because it's like, you know, it had the tracking number and we checked the
Mhm.
tracking number and it said it got to him and he said he didn't get it.
So one of his
something
neighbors
happened.
picked it. He needs a ring on his
Needs a
outside
ring?
door. Yeah, the Amazon thing.
Oh, yeah.
The video recording thing. Dude, that's got to be like to be a serial killer in this day and age, man. So hard, man.
Tell me about
like
it.
Even 10 years ago.
I've got
like,
experience. It is hard. You got a plan.
Like,
you got to figure out what you're going to do with the body afterwards. It's like difficult, man. It's like a pain in the butt. You got to like set time aside in your schedule for like a whole day or some shit.
Dude, how many of these guys have been found out just from the fucking like 23andMe shit or whatever? Like the DNA profiling. Oh, it's never gonna get out. And now these fuckers are getting caught in their like 80s, you know? Like, yeah, we could see you were somewhere on this branch and we knew where these knew.
Well, that's isn't that the thing Jordan Peterson said? Like nobody gets away with anything ever. Eventually, you're gonna have to pay the piper.
I think his whole point is like you always have to live with yourself. That I think that was the ultimate play.
No, I mean I think I saw an interview with him recently where he was talking about like, you know, because one of his rules for life is, you know, try not to lie and always try and be truthful. And he was going on to this other thing about, you know, how he's never, in all of his time of practice, he's never seen anyone get away with anything ever.
Well, I mean, it is incredibly difficult, especially now. Like, I mean, everything's pretty much documented in one way or another. And if you can't keep it to yourself, just consider it a loss.
Post it on Twitter. Yeah.
Like there was I used to listen to like Bill Burr's Monday morning podcast, and he talked to like how like him and his buddy were talking to like a cop, and I think he worked homicide or he was a detective or something. And it's like, so they're like trying to quiz him. Like he wouldn't tell them directly, like, how do you get away with murder? But they're trying to quiz him, ask him questions like, okay, you murder somebody, what's the best way? And he's like, I can't tell you that. I can't. Just you know, beat around the bush and ask me questions. It's like, so me and a buddy, he's like, all right, you already fucked up. You have somebody else along with it. Just forget, like they're gonna rat you. They're gonna get pinched for something else, and they're gonna rat you out. Like that's another mouth to watch, you know, somewhere else. Like even you know, they just talk offhand to somebody. It's just like that's like number one you're gonna get caught is that there's somebody in on it with you. Like automatically you're out. So like if you can't live a solitary life where you keep your shit to yourself, and that's heavy baggage, I think for most people it takes a true sociopath, like somebody who really,
I would say it takes a true psychopath.
Well, yeah, but I think even a psychopath would have glee about it. A sociopath just wouldn't care one way or the other, and they could just know, like, I never talk about this to anybody. I think a psychopath would, like, in a way, almost have like a gloating thing about it. Like that's how
I think the difference between sociopaths and psychopaths is actually the opposite of what you're saying. Like psychopaths are like indifferent, like they have no moral quandaries with doing horrible things, whereas sociopaths are.
I don't think they have an empathy. Like I think they're able to disentangle from, like, you know, like it's all about them. It's like narcissistic, but I
Yeah,
feel like
sociopaths are
you.
more narcissistic, whereas
What's the
psychopaths are just like,
who's the big guy? Have you ever seen
yes,
Criminal Minds or
I have
something
seen
like
Criminal
this?
Minds.
There's something where it's like about the start of like the FBI's serial killer branch or whatever. A guy who like, and there's the dude who's like 6'4", something like that. He's like a true serial killer, but he would talk. Like he loved to talk about like his process and everything. He killed his mother. He killed
I don't
college
remember this
girls.
from
This is
Criminal
in
Minds.
okay. It might have been Mine Hunters or something like that.
Might have been that.
There was something like that.
In
Mine's
Criminal
something.
Minds, there was like this big. You had the team, right? You had like
Mm.
the shrink who was kind of like the leader,
Okay,
and then you
this
had
is
the
not that.
FBI. You had the FBI guy who was like the straight laced guy in the suit. He was like kind of like the right hand man, and he kind of like kept everyone in order. And then he had like the
No.
nerd, right? And he was like a little autistic, but he like knew a lot of stuff. But he was really skinny. And then you had like the chick who was kind of like Oracle. She was like this fat blonde, bubbly kind of girl, right?
Mm.
And her and like the jock, there was like a jock on the team. He was like the tough motherfucker. Her and them would just like have this strange kind of like friendship, flirty relationship thing, but it wasn't anything serious. They were just like good friends and shit. And then you had like the tough lady woman who was with like the FBI straight lace guy, and they were like kind of like all about the business, so to say.
Mm-hmm.
And they would just go around like figuring out what serial killers and create profiles and try and figure out how he would kill, and then kind of like find them, and then not learn anything. It was nothing like Wire in the Blood. They were just out to try and get the guy. They weren't trying to learn anything about him.
So I think it's called Mind Hunter. Hold on.
Okay.
But yeah, there was they had BTK running throughout it, and it's like the start off of the FBI's serial killer division, and they're getting into criminal psychology. Edmund Kemper, he's like he was a tall dude. He killed like several college girls. Like he would just like offer them rides, and then like in the middle of it, kill them, hack off their heads. And he killed his mother. And he goes into like he's talker. He's been on a number of these like serial killer interviewee shows. Like he likes to talk about. Here we go. El Gargo beat me to it probably.
He did.
And he would just talk about it at length. And he's featured in the show. And like he kind of gave them insight, and the fact that like it's sort of like a ritual that they practice in some way or another. Like it almost seems like it's written for TV, but there is like a psychology to the way they operate, and that's where I feel like a psychopath would give themselves away. Is like the hardest thing to find out about them is like they have no attachment to these people whatsoever. Like they'll pick up a random person and they just meet this profile of someone they know, and they're looking to enact this shit on them, but like, they've never spent a day in their life.
I had sort of gleaned some of that because that show Dexter? Like I think I only saw like the first couple of episodes of that.
Okay.
But like in his internal monologue, right, or voiceover, I think there was one episode where he found this kid who was kind of like acting sort of like him, and he was going, in a way he was like felt bad for the kid. He didn't want the kid to turn out like him because the kid was doing the same thing, like following the same patterns to become like a serial killer. And one of the things he talked about was how the kid was like ritualizing sort of the act of it. And I just found that interesting that this was a thing that like it's really strange how like rituals and belief and stuff like that kind of like overtake the human psyche, and we just kind of like act. It's like an automatic script that we just play out for some reason, whatever it is that it becomes. So,
yeah, man. We seek patterns and develop them. Yeah, use that for your story building.
No. So that's the thing. I don't think I could ever do a story about like a serial killer unless it was something along the lines of Criminal Minds.
Oh man, like did you see True Detective?
No.
Oh, dude, watch the first season. It is so good.
Is that the one with McConaughey?
Matthew
And
McConaughey
he's
and
like
Woody
talking
Harrelson.
about time being a flat circle and
Yeah, yeah,
shit.
yeah. Well, like you have to understand, like it's set in
Yeah, like
three
the
different
60s
time
or 70s.
periods.
Yeah.
No, it's like early '90s, mid '90s, and like what was then present day, which was like 2010 or so.
Mm.
And essentially, it's like following a string of murders, and they like thought they caught the guy, but they didn't catch the guy, and
Yeah.
all this stuff. Like they're looking at tying up their thing, and then you find out it's even bigger than what it is. Like it's a really good. It's only, I think it's 10 episodes, but it's really fucking good. Like it's a good series to get into.
Did Matthew McConaughey go, all right?
No, but he dude, he shone. That was a good. He nailed that part.
Yeah, he's a good actor. I remember back when he was like, really buff. Like,
oh yeah.
But now he's like skinny and shit.
But he did play a good Burnout, man. Like when he's in like the time is flat circle, he's cutting up like beer cans. Like,
yeah,
but he was drinking in the interview process.
Isn't it weird? Like, because like in his earlier films, like obviously when he was younger, he was like really in really good shape. And then I think it was what was that film where he played that gay cowboy who was trying to get
Dallas Club something? Really?
Yeah, I think when he did that, he lost a lot of weight, and I think that's what ruined him because he never got back from that. I think fully.
Yeah, he's playing like an HIV positive guy or something.
Yeah,
like that, right.
But then it's like he just stayed skinny. He never got back to his normal.
My girl, like she had a thing for him, slightly like not hardcore, but she's like, yeah, he never looked the same after that movie.
Yeah,
so you have something to that.
It's like way to ruin your body just for
like
one role.
Yeah. Man. She's like, he forever looked like vampiric or something after that.
Yeah.
Like bags under the eyes, all that. But like I dig them in that, and there was another one, I think it was called Mud or something like that.
Oh yeah, I remember that one where he's
that was good.
Plays movie. That. I think he plays some. I think he actually plays a serial killer who gets or a criminal who's stuck on this island. Some kids find him or something.
No, he he has a girl who's like involved with like a gang guy or something like that, and he's just like hanging out. Yeah. But
I'm thinking of a different movie then. Maybe.
And dude, he was also integral part of Tropic Thunder. I fucking love his part in that too.
Wait, what did he play in Tropic? What was he in Tropic?
He was Ben Stiller's agent.
Oh yeah.
And so he was like in the in between scenes, and like the whole thing where like they have to like sell him on like selling him out for a G5 and a lot of money. Like he had to make that work. Like he does a great job with it. Not to mention like he just delivers the line so good where like he's like, hey man, how's that adoption thing go? And he's like, yeah, it's moving. He's like, yeah, at least you get to pick yours. And he looks at like the photo on the desk of his own kid.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Like Tom Cruise was really
dude. Like I watched that in theaters.
He should have been fatter in that. He should have worn a fat suit or something.
Well, he did. I mean? And like he wore like some like hand thing too, because I was like, I know who that guy. Watching this whole movie, me and my brother went to go see it, and we're like, and even like other people in the theater reacted and got to the credit scene because it was like, who the fuck is that guy? I know who he is. I just can't place him. And then it was like Tom Cruise as Les Grossman, and it was like, oh shit, that was Tom Cruise. Not to mention he never does a role like that. Like he's always action hero guy or whatever. Like,
well, he's such a pre-programmed, like typical Hollywood fast talking, like smiley.
You would think, right? And then in this one, he's like, where's the
But I mean, all those guys are like fucking psychopaths, maybe except for McConaughey.
Right. Like, what's the name of the guys who hold the mics and stuff?
I forget. Oh yeah, I know the scene you're talking about.
He's like, where is he? You.
Yeah.
Go punch him.
The grip guy, camera grip guy.
Key grip, yeah.
Key grip.
Yeah. Like he's like, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it's true, but that's actually pretty true to life. Actually.
You're right, exactly. Yeah. I love
that. But it's sad, and in a way because it's like it's true to life, but like those guys are part of that system. So in a way that it's kind of like they're trying to excuse themselves. You know what I mean?
Possibly, yeah.
So
Like, so out in the open,
yeah,
flaunting
you
it
know
kind
what I
of thing,
mean.
yeah.
It's like I know we talked about psychopaths, but it's like OJ saying it's like when OJ started up his Twitter and he jokes about killing his wife and everyone joins in on the joke. It's like, Jesus
Dude,
fuck, he killed his fucking wife. Why are you joking about this shit?
the whole Epstein thing, man. Like the fact that everyone just takes that at face value. Like,
well, we all know it.
Right. But I mean, there's no great outrage about like the fact that this guy got killed in his cell when he
Well, I
had
mean, that's because everyone's
names,
forgotten
everything
now
else.
because they deliberately created all these different like
even the
crises
day after
for us to forget about it. So.
Even a day after, and like there were plenty of like there was the lady who's like, yeah, I had all this info on him, and Disney ABC sunk my thing. Disney sunk my thing. They don't want me to go with the story because XYZ, and you're like, is there no greater like?
It means that all the powerful people who he had dirt on would go under, and they can't have that.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Exactly.
Including Matt Groening.
So, yeah, I had no real like coming into this. I had no real direction. I was willing to talk about because I just had Cancun experience. I watched about 4 seasons of Sopranos. And, yeah,
that's kind of like your life.
I could run on those fumes, man. I could go with that.
I mean, but I'm here now, and that's boring to me.
No.
Yes.
Now, this did amuse me. I don't know how anyone at this point doesn't see it. I don't know how they don't see it.
All right. Well, you play it, and then yeah, this is weird.
Does this have audio? Do you hear the audio?
I don't hear the audio.
Okay, good. We don't need the audio. We just need to see Joe
Why
Biden's
is he doing that stance? Why is he doing that?
Dude,
is he pooping his pants? Or is he holding it in?
I feel like he just finished something where like that was the last thing he did, and we just see like his whatever it is that controls your body locomotion, everything. Like he's just frozen in time there. Like,
you had told us at a town hall, I think it was in July, that
keeps going.
This was just near-term inflation.
Dude, how long is this?
The Wall Street Journal recently talked to like 67
wait, I can't hear
financial experts who said that they saw high inflation going all the way or deep into 2022. About that, with just in terms of inflation, because
he holds it the whole fucking time. And I was thinking the exact like this quote here. I'm not sure what to do with my hands, Ricky Bobby. I was thinking that the whole time I saw this clip like a week ago. Coming up,
there was another one where he does another really bizarre thing he does later on in this, where he talks about how the plan won't cause a single cent, and he like puts his hand in like the OK sign, and he brings it up to his eye, and he goes, "Not 1 cent," and it's like really strange. It's like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
I'm gonna see if there's any other. Oh, no mask. Nah, nothing down there.
Nah.
But yeah, that amused me. Like seeing.
Like, what do you think? What do you think it was?
The dude is just—he's lost his fucking.
Why is this guy in charge? You know,
they rigged it.
That's
fucked. My answer.
This is so
answer.
Messed up.
Listen.
Right?
Neither one was young and healthy. Like that's the thing is like how old.
What do you mean? Like at least the other one was like, sharp for his age and spry. He was actually quite spry.
Mm-hmm. Well, I would have said, if Biden had run in 2016, he was a lot sharper then than he is now. A lot sharper than.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. But it's like, why are we putting like 7-year-old men in charge of a fucking country?
Well, yeah, exactly. Why can't we put somebody who's 40? Like, because Trump is like, I think, over 70 at this point. I mean, he's still got his wits on him, but.
I mean, he still looks pretty healthy. I mean, he's probably looked healthier, actually, since he left. Usually when presidents leave the White House, they age like another 10 years.
I'm gonna look up
like
right now.
Obama went in like like all nice, and he was like Obama was probably like the youngest. He went in with like nice black hair, and he came out like gray old man. Like that was
Yeah,
like 8 years. That job like fucking fucked him over, dude. Like he got fucked.
Oh shit! I clicked one too many things. Here we go. All right, so Trump did have a little bit of an aging process. I don't think it was as bad as most of them here.
Yeah.
Oh, wrong fucking one. God damn it.
I think he aged very little. Oh, what are you doing?
He didn't. Well, that wasn't the one I was looking for. I was going up the names on the things. It takes forever to switch. So here we have before and after.
Not really much of a difference. I think it's more of a lighting.
Not a hardcore. It's like kind of like the color of his hair. It's a little lighter.
Yeah.
It could be. This could be filtered though.
Yeah, that is. Well, the thing is that before and after is like different lighting. Like one's warmer lighting, one's colder lighting. So I'd say it looks about the same. And the rest is just doctored.
Yeah. I feel like he's getting the Joe Rogan experience. Like where they gray him up.
Anyway.
I do feel like his hair color is a little lighter, but at the same time, it was probably dyed hair anyways, like when he was running.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it wasn't as dramatic as George W. or Obama.
W.
Like, yeah, you see those guys on the other end of it, and you're just like, damn, dude, damn.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, shall we look at Indiegogo campaigns and laugh and point at them?
Sure. You have anything in mind? You have anything pulled
up?
No,
I got nothing.
You got nothing? You just want me to pull it up?
I mean, I'll do it. I don't want you to I don't want your thing to.
You don't want me to crash and
I don't want you to crash.
Carry the show.
Me. Yeah, once again, having to carry it on my back.
Yeah, your chiropractor.
Like I did last time. Chiropractor was really concerned.
You did really well.
Well, he was concerned. He said, "Well, like I've never seen fractures like this before." I'm like,
fractures? Damn, dude.
It was. I was like, it was tough. It was tough. I had to carry the whole fucking thing on my back, man. It like really hurt afterwards. Wait,
you're
I could
Professor X right now. You're in a wheelchair.
No, I'm in one of those anti-gravity floating wheelchairs.
Oh, did you see Dune? I saw Dune.
I did see Dune.
What'd you think? Now, have you read the book? Have you done?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, I haven't. So, how do you think it's stacked up?
I mean, it was pretty accurate, more or less. The thing is, I've seen every version of Dune.
I haven't watched the old one or anything. This was just like on HBO
I watched,
Max. And...
I've read the books. I've watched the David Lynch film, and I watched I think it was the 2008 TV
like the
series.
sci-fi series.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw all of it because they even did Children of Dune, where like Paul's twin kids, Leto and I think it was Lita. I forget her name.
Leto, Jared Leto.
No, because he names. Wait, come back. You muted yourself.
Yeah, dude, I had the burp, so I don't know if I can. Yeah.
Well, no, because he names. Because he has in the end of the first book.
Spoilers! Spoilers!
The book's been out for
exactly.
20 years.
Exactly. Go on.
So at the end of the book, when him and the Freeman girl that you see in the film, because he gets with her, but he doesn't marry.
Zendaya or whatever.
I forget the actual name of
it.
Yeah, I forget her name. I'm blanking it because I haven't read it in a while. But anyway.
I can't remember it either. I just watched the movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
But she appears at the very end. So.
Yeah, but in the book, she's like, a key part of his destiny because it's with her that he has his first child, Leto, who he names after his father, Leto Atreides. And so it's when he has, I think it's after, what happens is first he gathers the Fremen and leads them into battle to overthrow the Empire and the Emperor, and takes place as the Emperor and marries the Emperor's daughter, and he keeps that Fremen girl who he actually loves as his concubine, right?
Oh,
So in marrying the
nice.
Emperor's daughter, he solidifies his power.
Mhm.
And so anyway, it's with the Fremen girl that he has his first son, and it's during which he's already emperor. He's placed his homeworld on Arrakis, or the seat of power or the throne is on Arrakis, and all of these other like political machinations, especially the Spaces Guilds and being Jesuit, they don't like that he's in control now, and so they conspire to try and assassinate him. And one of the assassination plots is to they ignite a nuke in the city near where he is, and it doesn't kill him, but it like fries his eyes, so he's blind. But he doesn't stay blind, because then he uses his precognition, because he's a precog. He uses his precognition to see into the present, and so everyone's just like freaked out, right? And they all start to praise him even more as this god, because he can see even though he doesn't have eyes. And so when his baby's being delivered, they send in this assassin who's trying to kill him, and it's at that point that his precognition fails. And I think they kill his son, but then he has twins, and they try and kill his twins, and that's he names the male twin Leto the second, or Leto the third, right? And so it's about then that his precog fails, and the assassin comes in, and that's when his twins sort of mind link with him and use their vision so he can see where the assassin is, and he kills the assassin. And it's really crazy because also the Freeman girl that he's in love with, I can't believe I'm forgetting her name. She dies as well, and so he
sounds very convoluted, man.
I'm probably misremembering it, but that's just kind of like how I remember it.
But it's like his two kids have to see for him to help him. I'm just like, okay, like.
Well, the thing is, it's sort of this strange thing, because obviously, like, his power is so insane that.
Now, did you read the whole series?
Not the whole series. Like, I stopped after Children of Dune, because then there's other books afterwards where Leto takes like his mutation exceeds to the point where it sort of becomes half human, half sandworm, and he's like grotesque in a way.
Okay.
Apparently, and
so do you see a point of like reading past the first book then? Like, do you think like that's
yeah?
good enough?
I mean, like I read June, and I think it was Children of June. And I think there was like a third book after that, the Frank Herbert. I mostly only read the Frank Herbert's ones, because then there was after that his son and another guy wrote all the other books, and then some prequels, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to read those. So but it's like really strange, because it just goes off the rails completely, because it stops talking about June, because there's all these stupid fucking convoluted plots where the Bene Gesserit like try and create a second Dune, because in the original Dune novels, the Fremen are collecting all this water underneath in like these caves all across the planet, with the idea of using that water to regreen the planet and turn it back into a paradise. But in doing so, they'll kill the sandworms, and thus no more spice will be produced, because it's from the sandworms that spice is produced, which is what they use to navigate and shit like that. And so the Bene Gesserit and the Navigators Guild don't like that at all, because obviously they need it for what they do, and so they kidnap one of the worms and try and create a second Dune. It's just this whole fucking bullshit thing that is pointless.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. All right, let's do some Indiegoing, man. Indiegoing.
All right. What do I press comics?
Indiegogo. So I think it's in this. Well, maybe that. There we go. Features, The Heel.
Lost
Dude,
Pages too.
There's just so fucking many. Well, we watched the animation thing, and we kind of
and I
criticized
it. It's
good,
and I'm sure he hated
it's pretty solid, man. I mean, as far as
Man, we've
trailer
been
stuff.
over this. We've been over this.
We were over it. I give them a passing grade, man. I'm just saying, like, people are stepping up their game. It's not
it's black and white.
It's not like the Apple Keynotes versions it used to be.
No, I mean,
man.
it doesn't have to be the Apple Keynotes version. Yeah. At least it has to look good.
I'm waiting for you to drop yours, man, because I can't wait to see.
Well, it'll drop when the campaign launches. So, so what are we? Which one should we look at? Betty Page?
I think we should keep looking here.
Alterna Fall 2021.
We can't. I haven't even looked at that one.
Well, just tell me.
I think we get more humor value out of Kickstarter if we go to Kickstarter. But
all right, shall I go to Kickstarter?
we can
I feel like because Indiegogo is kind of like where all of Comicsgate goes to.
Yeah. I mean, there's a ton of these I've never heard of.
Well, there's Nosfero, which I think Reagan Lodge featured on his channel.
There's so
Death
many
Shroud.
people,
Like,
man.
what is that about? Is Death Shroud a thing?
Well, it's $29,000.
Chad Larson. Whoa. This guy back.
Do you know who he is?
I have no idea who this guy is. He's probably like.
It looks pro though.
Let's
scroll down. Let's see these still shots.
Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty dope.
Brett Booth cover. That's why. Brett Booth.
This? Which one's that?
Apparently, that top one is. Yeah, that's
this one's Brett Booth. I don't.
No. The one up top. I might be lagging here on you, but yeah, that one is Brett Booth. The trailer one, like you can see it there on the side offerings.
I think you are lagging actually.
I mean, it looks
pretty sure. There's this one. Who's that? The green, and then there's pages. These pages look good. You are lagging. You're totally lagging. Oh, I see. It's like a Spec Ops guy, and he gets the thing. Wait, what is he shooting?
Kind of like Spawn.
Kind of like Spawn, but he's like alive. Oh, I see. He finds.
Looks like a RPG.
He's the only one that survives, and he grows wings and shit. Series synopsis. Oh, it involves the Nephilim. There we go.
That's a lot of. Oh, it's got Canaan White on it.
Yeah. Ryan Stegman. Brett Booth says Brett Booth.
He's variant cover though. So Canaan White, I guess, is doing the pages. He's solid tier, man. He's got good fucking art talent.
What else? Pirate Queen. I've been seeing this come up on my Twitter feed. This is from Mandy. This is so strange. Clint Helinski is the artist? So they've got... this is like strange to me. It's just TNA, the book. Right?
69 cents.
69 cents? Where?
In the corner there. Look at the...
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
It's like got nipples of steel poking out. You're not saying anything, and then you got this.
High beaming. Oh, now come on. I don't know. I've never been one for like drawn porn. Like
me neither.
Yeah.
But I mean, are those censored bars there just is like a joke thing, or is it like?
I think it's probably
going to
legit.
actually be. Are those going to be removed or something? You know.
I think it's legit.
Huh.
I know there's a number of other ones that have like topless. I don't know. I'm just like, don't. I mean, for Indiegogo, they probably do have to censor it, but don't tease it. Do it or don't do it.
Yeah.
Decide what you want to be.
Yeah. I don't know. It's so weird. And then there's the figure. The arms are bigger than the boobs. What's going on? I know. I just don't. Oh, wow.
There we go.
All right.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, crazy. 3. She's got 3 tits.
Cool. Like, what is this porn? I don't get it. It's so strange. See, this is like I told you about USTA, right?
What's that?
United States of Tits and Ass. That book I was gonna do, but it was gonna be like it was like a parody of this kind of stuff.
You were going to do it?
I was contemplating it, but it wasn't gonna
Okay.
be like like.
No, I don't remember you talking about this.
It wasn't gonna be like. No, I did. I told you last time, didn't I?
Dude, I don't remember anything.
It was gonna be like total parody, where it's like I wouldn't actually show nudity, but it'd be like kind of like taking it to the most ridiculous degree, so to say.
Well, when I do my Forsaken Gods review, I'm gonna talk about the way you handled your scantily clad situation, because it's like, dude, that was smart. Like, I don't know that was even what you're aiming for.
I don't even think there was scantily clad.
No, like you have your chick. All right, I don't want to give too much away. She falls into the thing. She gets soaked. She has to take off her stuff so she doesn't freeze. And like that's kind of where it happens. Like where it's like she goes from like her full gear to like.
There's a time.
It's not even like
Well, it's like pantaloons.
Yeah. It's nothing scandalous. Like, but you strip her down, and it makes sense in the story. And it's kind of one of those things where, like, if you're reading it, you wouldn't even know. Like, besides the fact I was like, oh, like he dresses her down, and I don't know. It's like a revealing thing, but not in a smutty way. Let me just say that. Yeah.
Well, just wait until issue. I think it's issue 3. Just wait until issue 3, my man.
All right.
Then you'll change your tune quite quickly.
She's gonna have what the fuck's the thing called? The chastity belt. Like the iron.
No, it's because there's I won't tell you, but there's like other characters and.
Don't tell me, man. I don't want to know anything.
Well, did you see Danfan's review of it? She posted a review.
Oh, she did, of Forsaken Gods?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh,
I'll look at it though.
Yeah, check it out.
Have you backed this Inglorious Rex?
No, I have not. I mean, it looks good.
When you look at a campaign, what do you aim for? Like when you look at the offerings here on the
right
sides,
there, that's what I'm looking for.
What's that? Sorry, it's lagging on my end. Oh, that.
I'm looking for some black bars, my man. That's what I'm looking for.
I think that's literally just an underwear line, but I had this issue with John Malin did too with his project where
but that was
on YouTube.
That was on YouTube, yeah.
Yeah, but you have to worry about
fine.
The thumbnail picking that up or something. Yeah.
Yeah, like that's fine, and like dinosaur boobs is fine.
And it's so weird is that it's all drawn. It's like the AI is picking up like drawn pictures in that fashion. You think it would be fine tuned for photographs and things like that, and yet, fucking nude yoga and all that shit's still up there.
Yeah, that's right.
No problems. And even like, I was curious. Like at my job, I was like, "Can I watch this?" Can I?
Yeah, I mean, if it's on YouTube, it should be fine. Right?
It was in the thumbnails, but it wouldn't. I
want to see how far they're going to take that nude yoga. Like, here's nude yoga with an insertion device of a certain kind.
Assisted nude yoga.
Yes, but this is really weird. Like, what is this? A dinosaur? Like, what is this? It's got breasts and like thick thighs. Is someone going to make love to this orange dinosaur at some point?
Kind of looks tiger dinosaur.
Like, is this green bit like an eye or a helmet?
The whole thing is like it's like a like genetically modified like versions that fight for you, like they're in place of you. Like it's like the
so you can fuck them.
The Hugh Jackman movie Real Steel or whatever, like where he had like it's like robot fighting, but you train them to fight for you or whatever.
Wait, so did that robot have its own personality? It didn't really seem like it.
I never actually watched the movie, but it seemed like it was like a training vehicle that he like trained in his own fight style, whatever. But that seems to be kind of the way Inglorious Rex is. Like these are like monsters built around like that dude
like remote control.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something like that. I think that's what it is.
Oh, look,
I
Starlight
won't say
Cats.
that it's- yeah, you can get that as an add-on.
That's actually a pretty cool looking cover. Look at that. It's
Yeah,
pretty
that's
dope.
supposed to be a kid, but she looks like at least high school age to me on that.
Oh, okay. We're going into dangerous territory there. Let's just keep going.
All right.
It's a cool
That's
shirt.
what I'm saying.
Cool shirt. Nice stuff.
Yeah,
Alex
Shane
Rex.
does good t-shirt merch. I'll say that much.
Yeah.
Not
Nice.
that he does bad comic work either, but I could not.
See, there's a black bar in that, but I can see this love nest right here.
Well, those are much smaller, and it's like a page spread. It's not just that.
See, I'm kind of disappointed because I was hoping it would dig in more and we'd see more lip, but
no, nope.
this is just a whole wellspring of disappointment right now. So. I want to see some serious camel toe, and I didn't get any.
So you'd rather have your imagination fill in those spaces. That's what you're saying.
No, I mean, I don't want anything left up to the imagination. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I mean, look, if you can do that, come on. Give us what we pay for, man. Like, don't wimp out on us. Like, I want to see this thing dig all the way right in. And, so,
I want some real definition.
Yeah. I want detail. But we just can't have nice things anymore, it seems. So. Anyway. Well, Lost Pages looks good. Did we look at this already?
Well, we watched the trailer. I don't know if we really looked through the campaign.
I think we did, yeah. And I said I was critiquing that as well. I remember that. But that's cool. Look at that. All right. I guess I'll stop.
It definitely looks. I'm telling you, man. Like they're tightening it up. Every time I see a new campaign out of somebody, I'm like, damn. Like they're amping it up more and more.
Well, this is all fun and good, but I got some Forsaken Gods pages to show.
All right, go for it.
If you're down, or if do you want to?
Oh, I'm totally down. Do it.
You want to do something? You want to show anything? Or
I have nothing.
be anyone?
Nothing.
Cecil has not appeared.
No, he won't appear at this point. I don't think he's going to appear.
Am I? Is he?
It's been an hour, so
okay.
No. He showed up with you before.
I think that was by accident. I don't think he realized who I was at that point.
No, we were. I don't know whether it was happenstance or whatever, but he's like, "Yeah, you guys are talking too good about Shane," because I was praising Shane's Starlight Cats. I'm like, dude, that's like a campaign that's really hard buy, right? Like,
but I mean, it looks good.
It's cats.
It looks good. Yeah. But so what? Everyone likes cats. I mean, there's so many.
Did you back it? I didn't back it.
No, I didn't back it. I didn't back anything. Fuck that shit.
Okay. So I was like, it's a hard sell. And but I was talking about like he just kept hammering at it. The last time I remember hearing about it when it was like promo time, like hardcore promo, it was like 60K and we were looking at 120K at that point. I'm like, he's nearly doubled his number since then. And then Cecil comes on. He's like, yeah, I couldn't take you guys like giving him that much praise. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like there is like legitimate, not hardcore legitimate beef, but they have some kind of like,
really,
like antagonistic. I think a little bit. Like, have you never been on a stream with somebody? You just like feel like they're ribbing you, but it's like. That's a little. I mean,
sure, but I just tell them to shut the fuck up and leave me alone. Or I make fun of their mother or their genitalia.
There you go.
Yeah,
that's what you should do. Woo.
Woo.
Almost.
This is page 2, I think. Yeah, so it's coming along. Picks up right where issue 1 ends. Mm-hmm. She's still running from Skull Knight, thinking he's going to kill her. See, he's coming after her. And so, oh shit, I lost it. Where is it? Come back. Oh my god, this is so stupid. I hate this thing. There we go. And so then, because she still thinks he's going to kill her. Please work, you stupid thing.
Yeah, this is my stream. You gotta work. Oh, yeah.
So she throws herself. Dive. She throws herself off the mountain. Skull Knight's still chasing after her, trying to give her bag back. And so he goes after her. because there was this it was a story I heard recently about you know how environmentalists kind of like construe stories to try and prove that the ice caps are melting or some bullshit, right?
Mhm.
One of the stories they came up with was the story about how polar bears can't find enough to eat, so they start cannibalizing each other and shit. There was
I
one
don't
story.
discount that, but yeah. Mhm.
Well, there was one story where they were saying like, oh, sea lions are committing suicide and stuff like that because of the environment and stuff like that.
Okay.
And it was bullshit because it wasn't that. It's that these sea lions were being
I'm
pursued
just
by this.
imagining like sea lions holding a gun to their head and just like
No.
can't take it anymore.
Let me finish.
All right, sorry.
I understand it was a funny joke, but just let me finish. But no, what had really happened was that there were these sea lions who were being chased by these polar bears, right?
Mm.
And they threw themselves off the cliff because they knew if the polar bears had caught them, they would have been eaten alive. So they would have rather have killed themselves. And
I don't blame them on that front. I would be
it's
eaten
better
alive by
to
berries.
be dead and then be eaten because they threw themselves off the cliffs, and then the polar bears just went down the cliff and just went down to where they all were all dead and just went and ate them there, right?
Right.
And so I heard that story. I was like, huh, all right. I was like, yeah, it makes sense that you'd want to just commit suicide if you knew like you were going to get eaten.
Mm.
And so that was kind of like my thinking with this. Like Samara thinks that Skull Knight's going to do all kinds of horrible things to her, and she doesn't want to be alive to experience it. So she throws herself off a cliff. And oh my god! And so that then goes into where is it? This shot, which is a double-page spread.
Nice.
That's sort of like the I guess you call it the chapter page. I forgot to do the chapter page in book 1, and so in the new reprint, I'm going to be adding that. And
there we go, bonuses,
yeah. And so she throws herself off there, and of course, Skull Knight jumps after her to save her.
Are you done with this page?
I am. This is a dumb page.
Okay.
Do you not agree?
I think it's all good. I would just make his hand like a little more like menacing looking. Like it looks just like grabby, like ready to latch on rather than
it is grabby.
Right. But I mean, like if you make the fingers more outstretched and like maybe he's looking to actually murder her kind of thing. Like there's still
that is how they are. Because if I have them outstretched, it looks like he's trying to.
Well, no,
an outstretched finger is like a splayed hand. Looks less threatening than say like an arched hand. I think.
Okay. Different opinion, but that's the
but
only.
Even then,
I love how you've laid it out. I love, dude. That is a nice. This looks like it matches up to your trailer, dude.
Thanks. It doesn't.
Not to give things away.
Well, people have already sort of seen it, but it doesn't match. But I appreciate you saying.
Well, kind of like she's doing the dive bit. Like I don't know. Like if you could work it, I don't know. I like it.
Anyway, so the book 2 takes place in the Deadly Forest, which is kind of like the forest that surrounds Iron Horse Mountain, which is where she jumps off of. So the majority of it takes place there, and who knows what they'll find there.
Hello.
Because the Deadly Forest is like, it's sort of like a deterrent.
Wait, hold on.
What?
Scroll down. Is that a dude on the bottom right or a chick?
You'll find out.
I hope it's a chick because I said, "Hey, hello" about that. So,
well, maybe you're gay, Lucius.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe you're gay. Because you look at this guy with the beard. He's kind of got
caught out.
Dude with the beard. This dude here with the goggles. He's got the same kind of build as this guy here. So.
Well, I started questioning myself. I'm like, would a chick just be hanging out? Like, I don't know.
Maybe this person here with the horns and the helmet is maybe that's a chick. You don't know. We know this is a guy.
Mm-hmm.
The guy with the mustache. That's a guy, and this is a guy. But maybe these two aren't. Maybe these two aren't guys. Maybe they are guys. Maybe they're not non-binary. Who knows? They're not. That's total bullshit. Because apparently today is pronouns day. Apparently.
Is it?
It is. I found that out through a video I found, and
Oh, for fuck's sake!
I was like, "Wow, who gives a fuck?"
This world is lost, man. This world is lost.
This world is lost. This is the
That's
worst
as much
time.
as you're gonna share. All right. Well, thank you.
That's all I got for
man.
now. Yeah. So,
Well, it looks. I like that double page spread for sure.
thanks, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you, bro.
Thanks, man. What have you heard any more news on the one?
Not
Your
really.
Your house.
I think that
of,
video was.
dreams.
I think that video was a total disaster because it didn't get many
Was it?
views. Yeah,
Nah,
I think that was
well-
probably one of my worst videos. Not because of you, but because I was like, I think I'm not really good at those kinds of videos. I think, or those kinds of streams, because I was just kind of like yelling at you, and you were like, "Yeah, cool, man, cool." It's like, where are you supposed to go with that? You know, I gave you nothing.
I thought I did all right.
Yeah, you did all
Maybe
right.
I'm wrong.
I'm saying I did badly.
You weren't bad. Nah. It was an impromptu. Dude, the impromptu stuff never hits quite as hard.
I guess.
All right. So he's not with us, but I asked him if he was cool with me like picking one of his songs here.
Oh.
So we have Meat Balloon, Don't Drop the Soap, Every Man for Himself, Brother, Hate to See You Go, At the Rock Show, Feathers, Hood, Alone Again, Small, My Little Boy, ? What do you think amongst these? You'd want to sample. I have not heard any of these, so I have no idea.
I haven't either. I want to try his most latest one, which is Meat Balloon.
Meat Balloon, all right.
So I'm probably going to regret that.
Well, it's a minute long. All right. Is there sound?
Yes.
All right.
My meat balloon doesn't blow up for anyone but you. My meat balloon don't blow up for anyone but you. My meat balloon, it only blows up for you, my love, you, my love, you, my love. I got a meat balloon that blows up when you enter the room. I got a meat balloon that only blows up for you. It's getting larger by the second, bigger, bigger, bigger. Oh yeah, baby, I don't know how I figured it out, but I know my meat balloon only blows up for you, for you.
Oh, yeah. Give it a like.
It only blows up for you. I got a meat balloon that only blows up for you. I got a meat balloon that only flies when you're in the room. I got a meat balloon, and my meat balloon is just for you. My meat balloon is just for you.
I feel like he just needs a slightly better mic and better sound, and I think it'd be good.
He's a little far away from the mic. It picks up his
Yeah.
uke good. It's not a horrible recording.
It's not the best.
I feel like it's the modern day Paradise by the Dashboard Light.
So is he playing a
you-
ukulele?
Yeah, he plays uke.
Oh my god.
Uke, yeah.
He'd fit right in an animation in LA. That's all they play are you fucking ukuleles.
You sound like you're over it. You sound like you've seen it all. You burned out on it. No more.
Well, I mean, Rebecca Sugar, that's all she would play is the ukulele. I guess because it's a small guitar and it's like easy. It's like four
I
strings or
guess.
something. It's easy to learn.
It is, yeah, it is less.
I'm not saying
strings,
that actually Ink Spots is like way better than any of those callouts motherfuckers who think they're really good at
so-
it.
Oh shit!
But,
Shade.
no, Ink Spots is actually good. I'm not casting shade on Ink Spots.
No, you're casting shade on your former Cal Arts.
Well, I didn't go to
People, so-
CalArts. I think anyone who goes to CalArts
Well, I know
is a
you
fucking
did,
hack. So.
But the people that come out of there, you're like,
Well, I mean, they're all dickheads. So they can't draw. I don't even know how they're getting jobs. It's
have
fucked.
you had a like expose on it? Have you had like a true like? Let me tell you what I fucking like burn the whole house down, kind of like.
Yeah, I did that on the Bunderdome.
Bunderdome. All right, I have to find that thing, man.
And actually, funny story, they found it.
And
they lost their shit. And one of the guys, he's one of these like fat Asians that used to be my roommate, a guy named Calvin Wong. He's director on Regular Show.
mm-hmm.
Because I pieced together that he'd put words in my mouth, which is some bullshit. And then he left a comment on the video, and he did the same usual thing that all these motherfuckers do. Like he gaslit me and guilt tripped me, and I fell for it because we used to be roommates. And he got me pretty good. But looking back on it, he's just like, yeah, I'm glad I'm glad that Mark Pellegrini let me like vent on his channel and say everything that I wanted to say. And fuck those guys, dude. Fuck those people. They're motherfuckers. They don't deserve those jobs, and they certainly aren't talented enough. It's like I studied animation, and I've got like a bachelor degree in it, and I worked hard, and I've been excommunicated, but they're all like these lazy, talentless, unoriginal motherfuckers who just comply and like get pumped full of vaccines every day now. It's like, you know what I mean? Like in a perfect world that would not exist, but we do not live in a perfect world. So they win and I lose. So
you're not completely losing. We're gonna make Forsaken Gods a thing. I feel it.
I hope so. Time. I mean, it'd be good. I mean, look, if I could make enough money to live off of it, I could probably like make a bunch of cool shit. I'd love to do that. I'm looking into it. But you get what I mean? It's like I look back on it still, I'm like, I can't believe I was like trying to win the approval of these motherfuckers. You know what I mean? It's like I'm like I think I talked to like maybe one or two people.
You were in the system, man. You were in the system.
That's the thing. I was one of them, and it's like I keep looking back. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. You know what I mean?
And you talk about your times now. We've had our backroom chats and everything. It's just like you have to worry about every last thing. Like you don't hear back from somebody. Does that mean like I'm out of another job again or what? Like you have to like read between the lines every time something happens or whatever, and that's bullshit. It's like, can you deliver? Do you do the job? Who cares on these things? How many times do they roll through the credits and no one cares? And one of the things, all right, we'll add a little more time on here.
Are you gonna wrap up?
Have you? Well, I was kind of out of it, stuff to talk about, but do you know about? Hold on a second. I'm gonna look them up right now. I know the one guy was like Al Hewing or something like that.
Al who?
Hold on. I'll have names. Al Ewing and Joe Bennett. This is a creative team of Immortal Hulk here.
Yeah.
And Joe Bennett got thrown under a fucking bus by this motherfucker.
What did he do?
Now, by Al Hewing. He was the author.
Yeah.
On Immortal Hulk. And I feel like the writing was kind of the weaker part of it. I don't know if you looked at it. The art is fantastic.
Yeah, I think I remember something vaguely about this. Like,
dude, I'm going to pick an issue at random. And I'm going to share my screen on a good page here.
Just make sure you don't freeze
dude.
up.
Well, I'm just trying to... Oh, this is not his art. I picked the wrong issue.
Well, send me the link, and I'll do it.
It's all right. I got it.
Okay. I'm not going to carry the show if you freeze up, though.
No. I'm
just going to leave.
But this dude, he just does good, like... I mean, I never thought of, like, Hulk
and
horror.
He lost his job or something. Like, they kicked him out.
Well, Marvel cut ties with him over what this dude did. And I guess he did, like, political satirization. And they equated it with Jews. But he's like, no, this is just what, like, in Brazil, we use for, like... political fiends, like people who are, fucking shitheads, That's what, and you look at the shot, dude, and I mean, like, the Hulk never had art like this, never, and this dude is just delivering like issue after issue with shit like where it's like truly like horror related stuff, especially with the characters.
You know what? I'm down with the Hulk like beating the shit out of kaiju.
Well, this issue was kind of that, but there's shit where it's just like you'll see. Let me find the actual issue, like where it's like they'll split in fucking half. And it's like all you have is a spine and a skull talking, and like it's like the character has been cleaved, but like they have like this semblance of a like skull talking to you, and you're just like, this never fucking. I never remember the Hulk being like that, and it was just like gripping. I think like the way this guy did it, and like on issue 48, 49, all of a sudden, this motherfucker, the author, has the balls like say, "I'll never work with him again." And it's like, yeah, he just did your whole fucking run. He just like made this whole fucking thing happen for you, and now you have the fucking balls to like say he's a shithead. You'll never work with him again. It's like, go fuck yourself, dude. Like, this dude, it's just one of those examples
This dude
of like,
saved the series.
yeah, he's much better off without you than you are without him. Like, you have no idea. Hold on, this is one of those shots where I'm just like inspired by.
Are you gonna share it?
Yeah. Hold on a second. I was looking for the issue.
Hey, I got
just go by 12s. So. This
that's
thing,
cool.
right?
That's fucking dope.
Yeah. And he just has these shots. I mean, like, it just looks so fucking good. Like his work is just spot on, immaculate, awesome. And like they're going for like end of days horror kind of shit.
Why is Hulk crying?
Well, that's more the writing, but I mean, like, like eye socket's gone. Like this like skinny Hulk shit. Yeah, like I mean, like,
but then he gets
really
bigger
good
though, right?
Yeah. I mean, like it's like selling him as like a weak position Hulk, but like like the whole thing is like he's immortal Hulk, so he dies and he revives. Like it's like a kind of a cool thing. Like I said, it's not really in the writing; it's in the art. This dude made it with the art. Like it's just so solid. Like what I showed you in those shots, like this guy made it happen. And yet this guy's like, well, now that it's almost over, you pretty much drawn the last issue for me. I'm saying we're never going to work again. Work together again.
Now you've done your work, I'm going to fuck you up, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I got what I wanted.
And throw him under the bus and lose like any future work he has with Marvel. No big dude. Open door. I think anyone with a fucking brain would hire this dude. He has great, especially anything horror. Like they would hire him in a second. If you look through it,
I'd hire him if I had the money. I get him to draw for $60.
Exactly. Like his rates might be beyond what you're willing, but he's better off on his own than he is. I mean, these are sinking ships anyway. Like I only know about that. Go on.
I have a sort of related question. What are your thoughts on Ethan's recent speculation that this, like, the government is actually funding comics as a way to sort of push this?
I don't think directly, but I think they'll probably be looking for any adjacent programs. So if they find themselves,
look, you've got Summer Amanat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's kind of, there's something weird going on with Summer Amanat, because even your boy Zach's pointed out, like Summer, I'm probably saying her name wrong, but Sana Amanat seems to have a lot of connections in the government.
There's people with really absolutely no distinctive talent.
Yeah.
Pulling the strings, calling the shots. And I feel like she's one of those. And it's just kind of like they're schmoozers, or they're making those connections happen.
She seems to have like government connections as well.
That might be it. I can't see them. I mean, comics are so old hat. I can't see them doing that, but there might be some kind of like relief package or something. Like if you hit X amount of representation, you show this much, you get this relief package or whatever. Like I wouldn't doubt that in a second. Like that they're just like, okay, we're gonna make Superman gay or bisexual. We're gonna do, we're gonna make all our characters this, that, or the other, and we're gonna push trans. We're like they'll hit the agenda marks they need to hit to get like extra money or get special consideration, tax cuts, whatever, anything they can do to make it make their ends meet. I mean, they're in dire straits, man. But it's like they would have been so much better off by just doing what the fans wanted, like giving the fans what they wanted, and
Well, it's
not
just I found it
transforming their
interesting
properties.
because I mean, as much flack as Ethan gets, like he's not a dumb guy. Like he's generally got, you know what I mean. Like I thought when I saw that, I was like, you know what, he might be onto something.
I don't doubt it. I just don't. I don't go like libraries did carry that sort of thing,
Yeah.
and I have no idea. Like it seems to me like it's all infiltrated from. I mean, they have fucking what was it? The rainbow dildo butt monkey or whatever the fuck it is. Like that thing was doing children's shows or whatever at a fucking public library. Yeah. That's how far the rot has sinking. You don't think there's somebody on their like ordering lists getting like this bullshit, Captain Marvel, Squirrel Girl, or the next best thing, the thing that even beats that out in line, they're competing for those dollars, and
it just seems really sick to me because it's like these are kids, dude.
I'm thinking about doing a bit because from my Mexican trip, all I have left over is like coins of pesos, like what I'd pay out for like a back issue of like Squirrel Girl or something, like 12 I might go into a shop and pick up the issue number 1 of Squirrel Girl for 12 pesos. I don't know, like it means that little. Like
see, I'd like to do a Squirrel Girl miniseries,
right? Like somebody with talent.
I think it'd be fun, and I think I could make something everyone would like. I mean, except obviously the freaky motherfuckers who would hate it, and go, look at the paper trail that has been placed around me, and go, look, see, there's proof that he's a freaking crazy, psycho, criminal, dangerous person, just to try and get me off it, or cancel it, whatever. But I think I could do. You know what I mean? Like, I've got like. But
they use it as a vehicle for the latest fucking message they want to give out, where she's supposed to be like a body positive,
but
like she's not your typical,
she's not appealing at all. And then the Japanese come along and they're doing great stuff. But I've got a great Wonder Woman story in me, and I feel like I've got a Squirrel Girl story in me. I've definitely got a Cable story in me. So.
Okay, that is quite the lineup right there. Like I would not have like. Let me
tell you the Wonder Woman story. It's about her origin.
Okay. Wait, are there trans men on the mascara or whatever?
No, that was absolutely ridiculous. Did you see the High Guardian Spice dropped? Did you see that?
Mm-mm.
It's fucked up, dude. Anyway,
what is that?
It's this. So it's in the realm of animation. So there's the show called High Guardian Spice that just came out, but it was supposed to come out in 2019. And they did this announcement trailer, which didn't show anything about the show. It was all about the crew and diversity. It was just pure propaganda. And it got such a backlash that they quietly kind of like, didn't talk about the show for like a long time. And so, time went on, and they finished work on the show, and everyone on the show went on to do work on other studios and stuff like that. And now it's only just come out, and it just is like, I'm seeing clips of it, and people are going, "Who did they make this show for?" Because it's just like pure CalArts SJW. It's like the worst parts of Steven Universe, like dialed to 11. Because there's like one bit where the main character, this girl with pink hair, she's like looking through this yearbook, and she's like pointing to this young girl who's like the younger version of this character, and she goes, "Is this your sister?" And it's this male character, and he goes, "No, that was me." And she's like, "What?" He's like, "Oh, I'm transgender," and and she's like, "What does that mean?" And he goes, "Oh, well, I use this spell to like change my gender into a boy, which is what I really am. I was born in the wrong body." And she's like, "Oh, wow, I didn't know you could do that with magic." He's like, "Oh, yeah, but I have to take a potion like once a month in order to maintain the effects of the spell." I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Who do they make this for? What the fuck is going on? And it's just, yeah, there's like all kinds of really fucked up, like really weird shit in it. And I'm just wondering how like you guys could have had dungeon crawlers. You could have had dungeon crawlers, but no, we got this instead. It's like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Sorry, man.
You're apologizing?
I mean, I'm just commiserating with you. You know,
Oh.
like the system passed you up for something worse.
It's a crime. It's a crime, I tells
I
you.
don't. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I don't know what
Yeah.
to say.
All right. Well, I guess we'll wrap it up now. I think I rambled for too long.
All right. Well,
If you want, we could keep going if you wanted.
I mean, if you have something else to ramble on about, I think I hit all the marks I wanted to hit. I was ready to just ramble on about my experience in Mexico, but we covered that
Your
pretty
vacation.
quick.
You can save it for next time.
Well, you know, no, like without anybody to like hit up on, like I feel like I could have rambled on end to the point like I killed it, you know. Whereas
Really?
with you, like you know, if you had any more pressing questions, you would have asked me. You were more like, yeah, welcome to the show, welcome to the tourist game, and all this. Yeah,
it wasn't that I was like bored with it. It's like
no. Like
I could kind of tell how it was gonna go. You know what I mean? It's like
there's a level of interest, and there's only so much I can talk about it. But like with no one to hit off of, like I only have myself to guide the whole conversation. So
well, it's
having
kind of like
you come in was just
it's the reverse of when I subjected you to the mansion video. You know what I mean? Right?
Right.
You were like, "This is boring as fuck."
No, I was willing to go along with it. I had no idea what we were going to talk about, and then we went.
Well,
into
I
that.
guess that makes me the worst of the two.
And
some strange
it was completely new to me, so all my reactions were like kind of raw on, and it was kind of like let it roll a little bit, and then hit on the spots where you really want to hit on. And I was like, dude, I can't fucking believe like somebody is gonna who would buy this fucking thing. Like it just looks
well,
like
nobody did. He defaulted on it. He's like done
Well,
other follow-up videos on other channels, like
and yet
about it.
at the same time, it's like who thought this was ever going to turn into anything? Like there's something where somebody's making money off of it. I can't imagine.
Well, that's what he did. He
not-
turned it into like a pay-per-view like venue to try and keep making money in
I
some way
guess,
to
yeah.
pay back shit. But the thing is, he did, you know, that producer Mike guy, right? The British dude. So we went on his channel again talking about it. And one of the first things he said was like, I still think that there's a reason why this, you know, I still think there's a destiny for this place. And it's like just coming from this pure place of hubris. Like he's in denial. He cannot come to terms with the fact that he just fucking blew it. You know what I mean? Like he made this massive, atrocious thing that no one accepts. I think maybe Jeff Bezos would buy.
You know, the thing is like somebody still has to give that guy money. Like it's not as if like I don't think he did it on his own, right? Like somebody backed him. Like
well,
who did he convince?
What he did
that
was
this is going to work out.
He got because the thing was he was already a successful like guy who built mansions, right? But he sold them at like 40 million or 50 million to like, you know, big celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
And so we would like he was successful. He did a whole bunch of those, and then you know his ego got too big and he built that thing, and then all of a sudden like he wasn't successful. People weren't buying his mansions. And so he was like stuck in this, I guess, in this hole. But it's like he's got his own mansion that's like $40 million. It's like, what the fuck, you know? But whatever. It's like I'm you know, in a strange Schadenfreude way, I'm glad we see that thing because it's like you kind of deserve it, you little shit, you know?
Yeah, like, but the like you're talking about trying to like sell like Bill Gates on a house rather than like a dude bro on a house, and you made like the ultimate dude bro house.
He did because he's a dude bro.
Bill Gates prices, but it's like you're talking to like the top client. You're talking to like Elon Musk, Bill Gates. Like these are the guys that can afford this. Not even paid off and
that's
run
the thing
for the rest of their lives.
Elon wouldn't even buy it because he's living a frugal life.
Right. Like you're talking to people who are looking at much more down to earth elements, and you went like all out on all the elements that are not that, and you're trying to sell it. Like there's no fucking way anyone's gonna buy this thing, man.
Yeah.
Like somebody have to like fall into the stupidest money of their lives. I mean, like really stupid, like fucking multi-billions to pay this thing off long term. Now you might get somebody who won the lottery, like the biggest lottery ever, and buy it outright, and they'd be fucked within like a couple of years, like just from
See,
the maintenance
if
and all
I
that.
look, if I won enough, because I think they downgraded it to like sell it for 250, right?
Mhm.
So if I won the lottery, like, so let's say 500 million, right? I think after you pay tax, it's like 300 or 400, right? I'd fucking bulldoze the fuck out of that place, like chop it up, like subdivide it, and just put like 3 different mansions there and sell those, right?
That would be much more like economical sense. I wouldn't even bother with that. I'd look at places that are up and coming and look at like
good
huge
point.
apartment complexes and shit like that. Like look at like big numbers rather than like I mean it's big numbers but small amount, you know, like you're doing a lot of work to try to make a lot happen there. And that dude's already fucked up. Like I was thinking about how the fuck he got all that shit up there, what that much it costs and like and fees and everything else.
Helicopters.
Yeah. I mean,
he's already got. I think he already got, because he was like having parties and shit up there, right? It was like $10,000 like a night or something if you wanted to attend or something.
So just to get that the fuck out of there, what that would cost you? Like not even.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. It probably costs
Yeah.
more to get rid of it than it is.
Yeah. Fuck it.
Well, then I'd probably do some like renovation where it's like you like just build some walls and subdivide it in some strange way. I don't know.
I would make it into a resort. Like I mean, it was kind of built.
I don't even think it's zoned as a resort. Maybe
if you could. I mean, there's some way you got to
look,
do it. But
you know what? If I had $10 million bucks, I'd be fucking making great shit. You know what I mean? It's like I find it so frustrating. It's like these people are like,
if I had $10 million, I'd never work a day in my life again.
Like, but if I had 10 million, I'd fucking, I'd make a fucking film, an animated film. I'd make a fucking video game. Maybe buy like a modest house, like $250,000 or something somewhere, and make shit. But these guys just fucking don't do shit with their stuff. They waste it, or they just do stupid shit with it.
That's the high life, man. That's what you're looking at with that guy.
But I mean, that's the same with some of the more successful people in animation. It's like they make all this money, but they don't ever make anything themselves. They just kind of like keep making stuff for whatever fucking studio or whatever. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting back on the thing. We should wrap it up.
All right. Well, I'm Lucius at Jaw Smashers on Twitter, and keep looking for shit I put out. I have a piece I have to get cracking on, finish by midday tomorrow, something like that. What about you?
I'm Fresh Luke. You can find my YouTube channel, Fresh Luke, and I'm going to be having a special Halloween Fridays with Fresher. This Friday with the Master of Mayhem, the head honcho of horror, Mr. Von Klaus, will be there. And it's going to be a spooky time, so stop by for make a drawing request, listen to some spooky music. It'll be at 4 p.m. Pacific. What is that in Eastern time, Lucius?
I believe that would be 7 Eastern, 3 hours ahead.
Yeah, it would be 7. So come and check it out if anyone's still watching the stream.
Yeah, 7 Eastern. You should have led with that. No one goes by Pacific, man. Yeah.
Lots of people go by Pacific.
No.
At least 1 million people go by Pacific.
Well, I mean, yes, but we know what the sun rises in the east, my friend. Eastern time.
But it sets in the west.
Yeah, exactly. It goes down on you. Rises for us.
So we get those beautiful sunsets.
I guess so.
On the ocean.
At any rate, I mean, in Florida, you get it all.
Wait, do you get a sunset on the ocean?
Well, there's a east and west side. It's peninsula, man.
Oh, that's true. But I mean, that's not all of Florida, though.
What does California get? You just get sunsets, man. You're just looking at the past. We look to the future.
Wait,
Eastern Standard.
Sunset isn't the past. What are you talking about?
I'm fucking with you, dude. I'm trying to shit on your region.
Successfully fucking with me. It's fine.
But I encourage everybody check out Fresher Luke's content and
Yeah, are
his,
you gonna
his stuff.
stop by the stream?
Sure, man. Yeah, I'll fucking totally raid your shit and
in the
fuck you
chat
up.
and leave a request.
I'll say, Von Klaus, can you tell me where Fresher Luke lives? And then they'd be like, yeah.
That's hilarious. And he'll
No, I'm
tell you
joking, I'm
exactly where I fucking live.
No, I'm
I know
actually
we had this
interested
talk.
in. Yeah, I'm actually interested in his new project.
Yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah. Because I didn't know it was his project. And you're like, yeah, it's Von Klaus. And I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. I think that was the last stream, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
I forget, Terror in the Trenches. That's what it's called. Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I look forward to you. Hopefully that's what you guys are talking about. I don't know what you guys are actually going to talk about. But
We're just going to talk about. I mean, we'll definitely talk about Terror in the Trenches. I don't know when it's launching, but
yeah, I'll
let everyone know.
Badgering you to like put out more than what you guys want to put out. That's
And
what I'll do.
also, Dan Fan has done a review for Forsaken Gods, so go check that out. Because now
I got beaten.
You did. You got beaten twins.
I waited too long.
Inch of your life.
I waited too long, but I will put out one for you, dude. Like,
when will that happen, Lucius?
Probably soon. I'm just looking for the opportunity. I got a bunch of
opportunity.
Well, I was on vacation. If I never
true.
found my passport, it was going to happen like in that time because I would have had all this vacation time to kill.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's mainly I don't want to go through editing hell, which is what I feel like I'm going to have to go through. I want to just like look at the book, record it, have me flipping through it. But
are you gonna go through the deep subtext within the book?
Sure. Yeah. If you want to hand me like pointers on what that is, I'll be willing to do that. Right. But no, I was gonna just discuss it like kind of on base level. I've already read it. I like it. It's one of my top selects out of everything I've ever ordered. But I'd like to give like a kind of full depth review, like look over it, take notes, flip through it, and I think you were okay with me using digital shots and stuff, so I can get cleaner shots of it.
Dan Fan didn't do that for some strange reason. I'm pretty sure I sent digital copies out to everyone. I don't know why she didn't do that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's something to the hard copy, seeing what a hard copy looks like, and I don't feel like it was bad, but just for like clean shots of pages.
Did your hard copy have a glob of glue in the thing?
No, nothing like that.
Well, hers did, and she pointed it out, and I was like, Zach!
I'll talk about like the hard copy version. Like I think that's worthy of talking about, but no, nothing major, dude. Nothing on mine. Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, that's tonight's show. Thank you all for dropping by. Those that did drop by, and we'll check you later.
Stay fresh.